Shout out to Daniel, Police Law News. We're gonna be watching part of his little video. Go check it out. Go subscribe here. We're already subscribed. He's got 1.9K. He's almost caught up to us. So go follow Daniel on Police Law News. He does some really cool stuff. So Christian Glass. Oh, I thought it was like they were talking about it being Christian Glass. Christian Glass is the guy's name. Shot by police during a mental health episode. This does not sound good. Shout out to Patrol Shorts. I have some beef with Patrol Shorts. I never wore Patrol Shorts. I didn't think they were very professional. Nor did I want my calves exposed to the disgusting things that we always were around.
Pressure. Hit the reach in. Impact, impact, impact.
What?
Hello, 911.
I'm in a vehicle. My vehicle got stuck in a really bad
Okay.
way.
Are there any weapons that you're aware of?
I have a weapon on me. I will throw them out the window as soon as an officer gets here. I have 2 knives and a hammer, and a rubber mallet. I guess that's a weapon.
Okay.
And some stones I could throw. I'm not dangerous. I will keep my hands completely visible.
Both cars, be advised, this party is stating that he has weapons in the vehicle with him, 2 knives, a hammer, and a rubber mallet. He did state that he would throw them out of the window as soon as officers got on scene.
I had a dispatcher that sounded just like this. I don't know if it's just like the modulation or like the compression in the air traffic, but she sounded just like this. They went to the same school of being monotone and boring.
Make you feel safe.
Seems compliant.
No, dude. We're not going to shoot you, but we need you to come here. Guys, look, I can't go.
Stop. Take the keys out of the car. Take the keys out of the ignition now. Take the keys out of the ignition. Put them on the dash.
I'm team throw them out of the car, but that's me. I'm apparently weird and can prophetically understand how calls could possibly go sideways. There's someone standing on his hood. There was someone standing on his hood. I saw that. After speaking with Christian for less than 1 minute and 30 seconds, officers who eventually shoots and kills Christian threatens to forcibly remove Christian from the vehicle. I don't know that we're in a hurry to get him out of the vehicle because he just said he was stuck and that he was maybe having a mental episode or whatever. I don't understand why you're in a hurry unless you're trying to get off shift on time. And if you're a cop trying to get off on shift on time, you picked the wrong job. I have been here many a times.
Please push me out, ram me out, and I'll follow you to a police station. Can you do that?
For what?
Why are we doing this?
You need to step out of the car now.
Why are you
Step out of the car now. That's a lawful order. Step out of the car. You'll be removed from the vehicle.
So here's my question. Is this a traffic stop? Is this a detention? And if it's a traffic stop or detention, for what crime? You cannot give a lawful order to someone unless you're in the commission of your duties. So in that case, you're asking him to get out of his car, and you could articulate it for his safety and stuff like that. If they've only been there for a minute and 30 seconds, I think you can have a little more patience than this. I have a little bit of an issue of how this is being handled because I don't understand if all the call text is this guy wants police help and he might have some weapons in the car, all of which he articulated, and he's like, I don't want to be a threat. When he shows up, both of his hands are out of the vehicle. I don't know why an officer couldn't just walk up, open the door, and get him out. And I kind of understand from a safety standpoint, but you got multiple officers. I don't get it.
Step out now.
Yeah, it's a minute and 40 seconds into this body cam, so they've barely been on scene for like 2 seconds.
You don't need to be terrified. We're out here to try and help you and have a conversation, okay? You crashed your car.
I crashed, yeah.
Okay. What did you take tonight? Any drugs?
So I smoked, I've been, what's that?
Don't worry about it. Focus on...
Oh my God. Can you not open the stop sticks and like clear view of the guy? Like, Jesus. Try for half a second to be a little tactical. Just a little. Try. Isn't that more like... I'll be honest, I don't really know what's going on here. If he asked for help with his car, cops respond to that. Sometimes, if they believe that there's like a mental element, I think he might have said more to dispatch than what we're getting. But a stuck vehicle, no. So oftentimes, police might go to block traffic so that like a tow truck can come do it. But oftentimes, we weren't responding to a call like that.
On me. You already said you have weapons in the vehicle. Because you already said you have weapons in the car.
Okay, I'm gonna pass them out.
No, do not throw them out. Do not touch them. Do not reach for them. I want you out of the vehicle now.
I understand that.
Step out. Watch Crossfire in case he reaches for shit.
What? On scene for less than 3 minutes, the officer who eventually shoots and kills Christian threatens to break the window.
I will break the window. Step out of the car. Step out of the car. Step out of the car.
So, normally, and this is normally, and you guys that have watched this channel plenty of times know me, and I'm normally like, I hate the word de-escalation. I fucking hate the word. But because you're not preventing a crime right now, there's no real need to have like officer presence per se, or like trying to leverage, because officer presence is a use of force. You are using the fact that you can create violence authorized by the state on a person. That is technically a use of force. We don't fill out use of force reports for that, but it is considered that in a use of force continuum. Presence alone. I just don't understand why he's so elevated at 3 minutes. The guy's like, well, I'll offer to throw the stuff out of the car. You know what I mean? Or whatever it is. Like, if it was a traffic stop, maybe I'd feel differently about it. Or if he was being detained for something, and if this is just an investigative thing and he's just being weird, he's just being weird. Fucking leave him there, technically. But if he wants 911, and this is kind of where Bill and I were talking about it with the jumper on the bridge, if all you're going to do is hurt yourself, like, what should law enforcement really be doing to prevent that? I know it sounds fucky from the outside looking in, but like, you're creating this situation where either you're taking a fucking idiot like this, and I'm referring to the police officer that doesn't know how to de-escalate a situation, or just doesn't have the patience for it. I don't know what the fuck was in this guy's Fruit Loops that he couldn't. This is a very easy scenario to get through, to be honest. This guy's pretty compliant. I've dealt with way less compliant suicidal subjects, and again, nobody got hurt or killed, and unfortunately, this person does get shot. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just, you're creating these instances where you have police officers that all they're used to doing is bagging bad guys. Like, they won't have the skills necessary to navigate a mental health situation. He's treating this like a felony takedown of a vehicle, not an investigation, which is kind of stupid, but.
116. Party is not being cooperative and refusing to exit the vehicle.
He's now praying.
We got him contained for now.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to rush
Stop
it.
sticks are here.
He looks high.
Get out of the car now. He's got a knife in his fucking seat right there. His seat, okay. Step out of the fucking car now.
So I'm gonna be honest. So, and this might, like, maybe I'm too tactical, right? And maybe I'm just too cool for school to navigate this stuff. If a guy's got a knife inside of a car, just back away from the car, right? Which he kind of is doing that, right? But, like, why stand close to a person, whether there's a car door in front of me or not, with a knife? Like, you just back up and go treat this like a suicidal subject, where you back off and you call for resources, or you create a perimeter, or whatever it is you're going to do. But it doesn't really make any sense to stand next to the car and threaten to shoot a guy that can only stab you if he gets out of the car, which is what you want him to do. And, like, you're not really giving him an opportunity to comply in a way that is making sense to his clearly, like, deranged mind or having a mental episode mind. I am team he shouldn't be grabbing a knife near law enforcement. I am team that. And I am team if he's got a knife in his hand, you should have a gun in your hand. But if this guy doesn't immediately back, like, 20 feet away from this, because, again, he's not perpetuating a crime yet. He's not running down the street with a gun in his hand, cracking a round off. Like, he's in his own car. He called for help. He's here. And maybe it's an ambush. Maybe, for all I know, this guy's wanting to kill a cop. well, then back off and let this be a gunfight if instead of a like 2 feet OK Corral fight with a knife.
161 at gunpoint. Step out of the car now.
Let's back away.
Just had a knife in your lap. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate that.
He has every right to be scared of a knife.
That's why I want you out of the car so we can have this conversation safely. Period. That's it.
I am team officer on this. I think the idea is sound. It's just being executed rather poorly. The officer is trying to have a say. He's hey, let me take you out of a place where you might have concealed weapons. I have no problem with that. It's just, again, like, what are we doing as far as trying to make this person calmer? And if, like, let's say you do all those things. If you, hey, talk really calmly to him. Hey, I need you to please get out. He says, I'm not going to get out. And I said, well, how am I going to have this conversation if you're in the car? I'm not going to leave, whatever. If you've gone down all those roads, fine. Now you have, now you can come to the same conclusion where you may be having to forcibly remove somebody from the vehicle. But I bring it back to what offense has he occurred, or what offense has occurred. You have a car accident, basically, maybe. So maybe you have DWI. Maybe you have any of these things, and maybe that's what you're trying to articulate here. But either way, then the greatest way to go about doing this.
Okay.
Non-compliant.
They gave a love.
Marijuana,
This poor guy.
But also possible psych issue going on.
He understands what he's dealing with.
Obviously, we're gonna have to gain entry, so we'll probably go window. Have 2 on lethal in case he reaches for those knives again.
Maybe we try like OC spray in
Hey,
there.
Kristen? Will you talk to me? What can you tell me about what's going on?
Based weaponizing women. I fucking love it. This has happened more than once on patrol. Shout out to this girl having a very calm demeanor. She, if we're going to get into a use of force scenario, is checking off the boxes of we tried de-escalation, we tried talking to him, we tried doing all these things. This is what we should have in the beginning. Shout out to Police Law News. I shouted out Police Law News, Producer Juan, if you were watching.
We're trying to help you out. Okay, I see that. I see you're being cooperative.
More officers arrive.
Christian, you don't have any guns or anything that scares us, right? Okay. You said on the phone, you know when you called us? You said on the phone that you had knives. Okay, are they big knives, little knives?
One's the OTF.
Tiny little.
Okay. All right. Are we going to stand here all night?
I wasn't just got free.
There and not get help? Well, that's why we're coming by to help. You don't have to be shy. If you want to find your phone.
I am team not letting this guy drive off because he did get into an accident. You have possible intox. At the very minimum, he's having a mental episode, so now he's a danger to other people. This is why emergency detentions exist. It's not a criminal charge, but it does allow police officers to leverage force to take this person into custody to seek a psychiatric evaluation.
We're okay. You're not scaring me, man.
State Patrol, Christian was committed no crime, and there's no reason to breach the car. Sus.
Can you ask quickly what their plan is? If there's no crime and he's not suicidal, homicidal, or a great danger, then there's no reason to contact him. Is there a medical issue that we're not aware of?
No, I don't. So, my sergeant says that there's no point in contacting him if he's not a harm to himself or anyone else, then no crime.
Yeah.
So that's what I was getting at before, and I had talked about this before, and this is part of getting to this higher level of thinking, and like, what is my police objective here, right? And so I had asked, like, well, again, what crime was being committed? And then there's the NED route, which is different. This is notification of emergency detention for those that are uninitiated. And I'm going to ask him point blank, and I'm going to try to be as thorough as I can about this. Do you want to hurt yourself? Do you have plans to hurt yourself? Do you want to hurt others? Do you feel safe here by yourself? Do you feel whatever, all these kind of things? If none of this criteria gets met, there's no law enforcement objective to be done. Let him call a tow truck if he's stuck. Let him do whatever else resource. He doesn't need to be using city police resources. I need to go fighting crime. or saving someone from themselves, kind of thing. Yeah, I am team what this supervisor is saying. And the supervisor took the onus of that responsibility off patrol and said, hey, if you can't meet this criteria, deuce it. I bless it. There's no reason to contact him. So, like, from a patrol standpoint, my supervisor told me it was cool. As long as I ask him all the questions and he answers them correctly, deuce it, I'm out, right? Be curious to see if they ask these questions.
He's suicidal or?
No, I think he's probably taking something that he can't really get past.
I don't want to escalate it, but
Maybe he'll roll down the window for the soda, and if he does, we're ripping that window, like, not out.
Might as well take it now while he's...
Team No Crime this day.
Hey, we're popping. Dude, door section. Oh,
this ain't working.
Knife and
Bro, that was like multiple pops on a glass breaker and it didn't do shit. Shout out to whoever made this window. I think it's Toyota window. Shout out to Toyota.
his hand. Knife in his hand. Watch crossfire. Watch crossfire. You guys want to come on this side? We got two over there still.
Do we just want to pop this now?
Yeah.
Let's grab him.
So if we have a guy detained and he's got a knife, right? And I got guns, which means I can have distance. Probably just breaking out his back window and OC bathing the fuck out of that guy, right? So let's say we believe I'm gonna try my best to be team officer here, and say that you believe that this guy's DWI, so you're not letting him go, and you can articulate that there's a car accident that occurred. I'm investigating this car accident, and in that I believe that this guy's high out of his mind or whatever the fuck it is. And that's why I'm going to go and try to go the DWI route and forcibly detain the guy because I have a misdemeanor in my presence, right? I don't think I'm forcing my way into a car. I'm going to try the less lethal route. And it's really just to get him to be miserable and get out of the car, as opposed to try to myself go in there. I'm going to try to have him meet me at my terms. So most officers have OC present. If you're real fancy and you're like a SWAT team, you got like CS gas, which is more preferable. But fuck it, OC break out his back window and OC the shit out of him. Especially if the car's stuck. I'm not worried about him running me over, so fuck it. More officers arrive.
Come on, Christian.
No one thought this was a bad idea.
Come on, bud.
Get him more time on detention.
He said
Back
love.
at you, but come on out.
What the fuck?
Come talk to us.
It's time to move the night on.
I don't know what this guy's doing, but this guy's wild in here. I mean, I'm not saying it's not tactically sound. I mean, yes, it makes sense to stand on the hood and shoot down into the car as opposed to getting into a crossfire situation, but this guy's wild. This is crazy. They've also been on scene for over an hour now.
Okay, we gotta move.
Well, you cute girls get up there, huh?
I can
Don't
do
let
it.
the old boy. Oh, look.
So he, I believe, might have a beanbag shotgun, which is also another good idea here. Break it open, OC the guy, make him get out, and if he doesn't drop the knife, beanbag shotgun him a bunch, and then if he runs at you, you could smoke him and you're perfectly covered because you tried all these things that try to prevent him from hurting himself or somebody else. You gave him as many opportunities as you possibly could to cover yourself from a use of force scenario, if use of force ends up being what happens. I'd probably get a pepper ball gun out and use pepper balls to break the glass. Fucking Alfredo, this guy. Yes, Josh, I agree with you. Shout out to Brian Porter. He gets it.
I already tried to talk to him about the rocks and stuff in there, so.
I got knife.
I think it was some type of a crash.
You got the knife. Drop it, buddy. Hey. One boy.
Unlock button.
Nope, he needs to drop that knife. Christian,
Drop the knife!
Drop the knife! Please drop the knife,
He
Christian.
does not have the knife.
It's in his fucking hand, Chief.
Okay. Taser from over there. Christian, right here. Look at this.
You still got beanbag?
Look at
Get
this.
that knife out of his fucking hand.
Beanbag. Christian. Hit the, reach in.
Impact! He's not dropping it. Drop the knife, Christian! Drop it!
Okay, one more. Reach in and get the...
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably not shoving a beanbag round right at another officer. Like, what are we doing here? What the fuck? Let's use OC or something else. The beanbag shotguns, it broke the window. I don't know, man. That's a write-up, probably. Imagine pegging your chief with a fucking beanbag. I don't know, dude. Maybe I don't know.
Jason. Jason from the back. Don't do it, Christian! Don't do it! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop that knife! Someone tase his ass.
I don't understand how a taser hasn't been at least attempted. If you got enough space to go and nail this dude multiple times with an impact thing, like, fucking tase him.
Someone tase him!
Ah, bro, this guy's having a bad day. Between the impact rounds and then getting tased, he's having a bad day.
You got it. He still got it.
Christian.
Christian, drop it!
Drop the...
So I'm going to be honest. Back away. Somebody stand here and say, hey, you know what? Let's back away from homie, who's only maybe resisting a detention here at this point, or resisting arrest if they believe they have DWI or whatever it is. But, like, this guy's having a bad day. Like, I don't know, man. I've been tased once, and it was awful, and I never want to do it again.
Not Christian!
Shout out to them for trying all these less lethal attempts, though. And they're trying to do it to gain compliance, but, like, obviously it's going to escalate the shit out of the situation if he's out of his damn mind. So, like, though the textbook would tell you these are the things that you should be doing before you escalate to deadly force, they're trying to do all these things or whatever, but, like, I don't know. I can't imagine this is a very effective way of establishing all this stuff, but what are you going to do, I guess?
Christian.
Drop the knife!
Please drop the...
We have, like, 5 guns here. We don't need that many. Chill. You're also pointing your gun with your chief as your backstop. Like, whoever this officer is needs to chill.
knife!
I think this is also a beanbag shotgun guy that almost nailed his chief in the face with the beanbag shotgun. He needs to chill.
Randy, you got that door held shut?
Drop the knife! Drop it! Christian! Drop the knife!
God damn it, no!
Drop it! Drop
Get
it!
the back out of the kit!
Drop it, Christian!
Send medics up.
Get that knife, you dropped it! Open the door, get the knife out!
Unlock the door. Unlock the door.
Where's my baton?
You unlock the door over there.
Give me baton, quick, give me baton!
How does he not have a baton? I don't understand what's going on here.
Move, William! Okay, come on, Christian. Come on, Christian.
Yeah.
Come on, Christian. Oh, God damn it.
I've had people pull knives on me. I've had a few sketchy things happen, so I feel like I can say this from a place of authority. There are a few things that could have been done differently. This is when you work to use a social worker. Guy's contained, only a threat to himself. You're there for over an hour anyways. Bet. I actually take... that is one of the very few calls where I do believe maybe a social worker could have helped. I do believe in the police being there if the guy pops out and tries to stab the social worker, right? But, like, in general, let a clinician try to talk to this person and de-escalate him out of there if a police officer doesn't have the skills to do it. I'm a little disappointed at the lack of de-escalation attempts by the first officer, but they had other officers that came up and tried to do that. And, you know, the other agency even refused to engage because they're like, what the fuck are we doing here? If he doesn't want anything, deuces. As soon as they got phone contact with him, it opens up all sorts of negotiation options. 100%. 100%. Said there's no crime. Would have been code 4 over the radio. My guy got Casper when he went to Ghost. Wow. It's a good part to get to hear reasons for doing what's being done throughout the process. Stuff is normal. Media ignores. Yeah, it's true. There's all of these little wrinkles in it. And that's what kind of frustrates me about when I see these stories come out. And it's kind of why we started this channel in the first place. Is like, there's more wrinkles to the situation than you'd think. There is potentially a DWI component to this, which I could see possibly being articulated in that. And there's a notification of emergency detention component to this, where there's a guy that had access to a car, got into a car accident, might try to move his car again. And if he does that, he might hurt somebody else because he's having a manic episode. He's a danger to himself or others. You can go the NED route, and then you can forcibly detain the guy and all that kind of stuff. But, like, I didn't hear any of that stuff getting articulated. Lots of hammers looking at something. There's a nail. Jesus. Chief, use the beanbag. Beanbag guy almost shot Chief in the face. Seriously, I was like, y'all are brave. I wouldn't have been doing any of that. But yeah, I think a modern police officer has to wear a lot of hats. It has to be very good at all of them. Alfredo, for once, actually putting my money on OC. Alfredo, that's exactly what I said. And I'm an anti-OC guy all day long. I literally, the joke was if you pulled an OC can out in front of me, you were getting a gun pointed at you. But that was one of the instances where I think OC could have actually been really effective. And there's no real need to go in there and force your way in there. Make him come out. Make it as uncomfortable. I don't care about the beanbag deployments. I don't care about the taser deployments. OC I thought would have been very appropriate. Like I said, if you felt that you had a DWI, in worst case scenario, this guy's got a knife, why put yourself in a position where you're forced to shoot him? Now, if he puts you in that position, it's different because I've retreated. I tried to keep him secured and all that stuff. And I don't know, man. I would have done things differently. That's all I'm saying. I talked about it. I've navigated this call multiple times. I guarantee you Alfredo's navigated this call at least once. Any other of the police officers that are watching this stuff have navigated this call at least once. And I guarantee you our individuals are not deceased. The strength of that window, though, bro, straight up, that window was legit. I think it was a Honda, like a Honda Accent or something like that. Fucking legit window. I go buy you one of those unbreakable fucking windows. There's no rush. Why try to force them out? Partner gaming, you fucking get it. I love you guys. I feel like you guys are learning something, and that makes me feel like me subjecting myself to PTSD every Thursday is worth it. I feel like people are learning things, or the smart people just found this channel and enjoy knowing that they're not alone out there. Either way, I'm proud of us collectively. Thank you for everyone that's here. Thank you for everyone who's liked the stream so far. Thank you for everyone who's helped monetize the stream so far. And thank you to our Patreon group. It's as little as $1 a month. If you want to join it, it gives you access to our Discord. Our Discord is how I got literally all of these links. I didn't find any of these my own. These were provided to me.